Attempted one this time and complete. A.J. Brown breaking free. Brown is in. Touchdown.
Hey everyone, it's your commish here bringing you a Week 8 breakdown of a matchup between Rueben and Raul. So this one's a story of two teams going in opposite directions in this season. With Raul, you've lost now. What's it? A sixth straight, man. That's rough, Raul, dude. You're up 2-0 start. Now you've lost six in a row, man. That's brutal. And on the other side of the coin, you have Rueben winning four straight now. You start out 0-4, now you're 4-4, Rueben. And you're just completely having a turnaround to your season. You're on a huge roll here. Yeah, so let's kind of dive in and see how both teams are kind of going in opposite directions here and how it happened. Joey Burrow, 26.26 points there for you, Rueben. Having a very nice game, 3 touchdowns, had a pick. He had a carry, lost a yard, but all in all, he's pretty solid performance there nonetheless. He did all he needed to do. Yards, touchdowns were there, so definitely helped boost you to a victory there. Jalen Hurts. So Raul, how did your guy get 11.22 points, but the whole Eagle team scored 44 on the day? So, I mean, that's pretty eye popping. Usually the quarterback gets at least a decent number when the team scores that many points, but he didn't even score a touchdown. Had 7 carries, 71 yards to kind of help his numbers, but other than that, didn't get any other scores of significance. Just I think Jordan Howard's taking all the touchdowns. I think they got a defensive score. I know Boston Scott got a couple touchdowns, so it's it was like the imperfect storm kind of came into play here for you, Raul. Your quarterback should have got more points. You got kind of screwed there. Myles Gaskin, only 7 points here, 12 carries, 36 yards, 3 catches for 19. So pretty average stat line there. Lenny Fournette got 5.8. Didn't have one of his beast weeks. So I'm surprised. He's kind of become accustomed to having these big weeks here in that Tampa Bay offense, but didn't get that this past week. Had 3 catches, 17 yards, no touchdowns. So kind of a rough go there for you there, Raul. He's been someone that you've been, I know, leaning on here most weeks, just given McCaffrey unavailability. Devin Singletary, 3.4 yards, 7 carries, 28 yards, very average. Kind of taking a back seat to Zach Moss here. He's best effective probably in the passing game, but even he only had 1 catch for 1 yard. So beware. His role has been very spotty for you, Rueben. So we'll see if maybe he has some boom weeks here, but. Elijah Mitchell, but a very pleasant surprise at 19.7 points, 18 carries, 37 yards, and a touchdown. He's definitely been helping keeping you afloat here, Raul. Even though you're not really winning any games lately, you can't attribute it to guys like Mitchell and Fournette. They've been picking up the slack for you there. Just didn't work out, but his numbers have been great. He's should be getting more touches going forward. Jeff Wilson's getting healthy, so he might be splitting some time here, but he's probably going to be the lead back here going forward. A.J. Brown, 26.5 points, had his best game of the season, I think, by far. 10 catches, 155 yards, and a TD. Had a huge day there against that Colts secondary. So that's excellent for you there, Rueben. He's someone that you've not really investing a whole lot into. He's like your 15th round keeper that you trade for, but it's nice to have someone like that pop and really, can give you a big week. Stephon Diggs, 12.5 points. He's been kind of average this year. He had 5 catches, 40 yards, and a touchdown. That's good, but I know you're hoping for more, Raul. You kept him for like a second rounder, I think, for a reason, right? You need those big weeks, but he still gave you a solid production, so you can't be too mad at him. Randall Corn on the cob, 15 points, 3 catches, 15 yards, 2 TDs. That's like a tight end stat line there for Randall Cobb. Very low catch rate, 2 touchdowns, almost no yards at all, it feels like, but he made it work there. Rodgers got him the ball in the red zone, that's for sure. Robert Woods, Bobby Trees, 19.2 points, really bouncing back here last couple of weeks after a slow start to his season. 3 carries. You can get some carries. Look at 3 carries, 22 yards, and a touchdown. Also got 3 catches. on 9 targets. Could have got some more catches there, 35 yards and a TD. So Bobby Tree is getting some more targets here in this offense. So Cooper Kupp, maybe is giving away a little bit of a piece of the pie, maybe a little bit for Matt Stafford to target Woods some more. So that bodes well for you going forward, I think. Evan Ingram scored a touchdown there, another 15-yarder. Speaking of tight ends, Ruben, you got like 2 guys scoring tight end numbers. Yeah, identical. You have Randall Cobb, who had 3 catches, 15 yards, and 2 TDs. You had Ingram for 3 catches, 15 yards, and 1 TD. So it worked out. Just didn't get that touchdown, or it would have been a mirror image in the stats sheets. But nice. Ricky Seals-Jones only had 2.2 points, 2 catches, 12 yards. I think his position as the starting tight end might be in jeopardy here with Logan Thomas coming back. So you might want to hope that Gronk comes back healthy for you there, Raul. Like you need him. Cordero Patterson, Mr. Swiss Army knife himself, 15.7 points, had 9 carries, 35 yards. Also had 5 catches, 37 yards, and a TD. Definitely have a breakout season. So pretty good trade there for you, Ruben. He's been really good, solid for you. I know probably hurt getting rid of Kelsey, but you got to, Andrews and you got Patterson back in the trade. So it's been pretty well worth it, I think, for you on this win streak. Chase Claypool, 8.1 points. Pretty solid numbers there. Got 4 catches, 45 yards. Didn't get into the end zone, which would have been nice, I know, but he's still getting targeted nicely there in that Steelers offense. Matt Prater, 3 points, all on extra points. Let's see, and then Joseph had 10 points for the Vikings. Very nice numbers at the kicker spot. And finally, the Pats defense had a very nice day, 13 points, and the Colts the only 6, so very average. So like I said, this was a case of 2 stories, 2 different teams going in 2 opposite directions. So Ruben, congrats, man. Keep the good times rolling. You've come back from the dead. Now you're 4-4. And Raul, man, he was a point where you're like, I'm about to go 3-0, and that seems like it's been like a year ago now, right? At this point, 6 straight. But hopefully you get off the schneid, man, soon. It's not this week because you're playing against me, but soon after that, I'm rooting for you to win every game. How about that? But good luck to you both rest of the way. Still a lot of time this season. Don't throw in the towel yet. Still like 8 games left in regular season, so keep it going.